are back right here on the weekend show. And right now it's time to meet our guests that we have for you this evening on the program. We have with us Mr. Abdullah Al-Fadhel, who is part of the Kuwait Dive Team. So Al-Fadhel, we'd like to welcome you to our program.
Thank you very much, and it's very nice to be back on Kuwait Television too.
It's our pleasure for having you this evening on our program. And we have a lot of great things to get to, a lot of achievements and things being done by the Kuwait Dive Team. And first off, we'd like to start out with the, tell our viewers a little bit about the grand celebrations that are going to be coming up for the new Kuwait Jabir Reefs, which will be in Ibnader on October 2nd of this year, coming up very shortly.
Yes, we're very happy about that. Let me just give an idea about the artificial reef projects of the Kuwait Dive Team. It started about 1995, when we placed many artificial reefs around South Kuwait, and we have so far made 19 locations in Kuwait seas. Of course, some they are not open to the public because we are monitoring and we are, rebuilding the reefs,
doing studies and so forth.
Yeah, and so many people complained that the divers of Kuwait wanted to see the artificial reefs. So we suggested that we build a big one and we will open it to the public. So it will be open for the public, inshallah, on October 2nd. There will be a big celebration in the sea and on land. It's the location is in Bnader area, which is not far from Ras Al-Zor. Everybody knows that. It's about 5 or 10 kilometers north of Khiran area.
Yes, right. Yeah. And it's worth noting that most of the artificial reefs, the 19, are located in the, let's say, south of Kuwait.
South of Kuwait,
Can you explain to our viewers why that is? I mean, a lot of them may be thinking, why only in the southern part?
Well, coral reefs are like plants. They need light to grow. So south of Kuwait, the water are much clearer. There are no debris in the water, not like the muddy waters of north of Kuwait.
Okay.
So that's why.
Well, we're going to be talking a little bit about this great ceremony on October 2nd. There'll actually be a cutting of the ribbon, I believe, underwater. Yeah. There'll be a very special guest there doing that.
Yes.
Very distinguished gentleman. That'll be a bit later on. But right now we're going to take a short break by taking a look at a report about the Kuwait Dive Team, some of their achievements, when they got started, brief history about them, so stay tuned for that.
Dive Team is not just a sports team, but under the backing and funding of His Highness the Emir, Sheikh Jabir Al-Ahmed Al-Jabir Al-Sabah, the team served the state of Kuwait in many outstanding achievements. On January 22, 2000, the Kuwait Dive Team was presented with the International Environmental Enrichment Award in Las Vegas. And on December 15, 1999, the dive team successfully shifted the 100-ton dhow, Fath al-Khair, on its final voyage from Doha Harbor to a final resting place in the Dhow Harbor. After the Iraqi invasion in 1991, hundreds of wrecked and sunk yachts were left behind. One organization that volunteered to help clean the Kuwaiti waters was a group of amateur divers. They were members of the Marine Environment Amateurs Association of the Kuwait Science Club. Their offer was accepted, and on December 25, 1991, they formed the Kuwait Dive Team.
Well, the Kuwait Dive Team there, a lot of great achievements, doing some great work right here in Kuwait. And now we would go back to Mr. Abdullah Al-Fadhel, who was part of the Kuwait Dive Team, and we were talking a little bit about the Kuwait Jabir Reefs. They'll be on October 2nd. And when we went to that short break there about the Kuwait Dive Team and so forth, we were talking about how the opening of the cutting of the ribbon, there'll be part of it underwater and above. So tell us what's going to take place October 2nd.
Well, as I mentioned before, this will be a very big artificial reef project. It will be the only one or the first one open to the public.
Okay.
That's why we will give the location to everybody. We will have a big celebration, and the person, or the important person, let me say, that is cutting the ribbon.
Very sporty person.
Yes, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Fahd,
yes.
Sabah. He's the Minister of Energy.
Energy, that's right.
Yes, and he's a diver also.
That's right.
And he has been with the team for a long time and supporting the team. So we suggested that we'll do it not the usual way. So he's a diver, so he will dive with us.
Okay.
And he will place the last piece of the artificial reef.
Okay.
It's a huge architecture underwater. It's about 300 tons of architecture and concrete blocks. So we will cut the ribbon under the water, and of course the ribbon is tied to many balloons above the water. So we will know, the people who are above the water on land, they will see that the celebration has started, and then there will be a big celebration on land. There's exhibitions and many activities.
It all sounds really exciting. October 2nd, Sheikh Ahmed Fad Sabah will be, of course, diving down to cut the ribbon, the opening ceremony there for the artificial reef. All sounds very interesting. We'll have to see the underwater photography that's been done of that, hopefully, inshallah, for future episodes. And now it's been almost 8 years in the works, these various 19 artificial reefs, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yes. And I believe there's 5 forms of concrete, I believe, that make the artificial reefs.
Yes.
Could you tell our viewers a little bit about that?
Well, since we are experimenting what's best for the reefs to grow, I have to mention first that when we say artificial reefs, we don't mean artificial like plastic or steel or whatever. It's like planting. You have putting plants. You just place it there and it grows. It will be natural. So it's really reefs. Coral reefs, not artificial.
Okay.
So and it takes light to grow, and it's very natural reef. In about 6 months, it becomes natural reefs. That's the idea. And
maybe just to let our viewers know, because in the southern part of Kuwait, the sun is always shining there more, so that's a better place for the reefs, I believe. That's correct?
Yes, yes.
So that's a good place for them. And let's say, how long does it take to make one of these, let's say, once again, we have to say artificial reefs. How long does it take to get that going?
Well, it takes time.
From start till actually putting it in the water.
Yes, usually we use different forms to try everything. Some of them we made at the team center in the Kuwait Harbor. That's where we stay. And some of them built by other companies, donated by other companies like Al-Khurafi and construction companies. And we want to reach the best structure that is the best for the marine life.
Okay.
That's it.
And now in terms of the reefs here and so forth, the coral reefs, a lot of our viewers may already know what coral reefs are and their benefits and so forth, but there may be some also, Mr. Abdullah, who don't really know much about. Could you tell us a little bit about the benefits of the coral reef?
Well, coral reefs are like the lungs of the sea. They give oxygen, they give protection to the fish, and they are a complete environment for the fish to nest and to have eggs. Also, the reefs they're very important. They complete the cycle of the marine life.
Okay.
So every part of the sea is important. That's why we focus on the coral reefs in Kuwait. Plus, we don't have much. We have very few places in Kuwait, but they are very beautiful in their own way. They have their own way. That's why we focus on reconstruction or rehabilitation, like we say, and we want to